Congressional leaders rolled out a bipartisan government funding bill this morning that's aimed at closing loopholes in election law and specifically would prevent another January 6th style attack. Yahoo Finance's Rick Newman is here with the details. What do we know about this, Rick?
Well, it looks like this is going according to script. This is rolling out about the way everybody expected. Congress is probably going to pass this by Friday. Which means we're not going to have a government shutdown. There are not going to be any big surprises, I don't think, for markets. It doesn't look like there are going to be any substantial tax changes, for example, in this new bill. It looks like they are going to add almost $45 billion in aid for Ukraine. That is about $8 billion more than President Biden had asked for, so I think that's good news. And this does include this bill you mentioned called the Electoral Count Act, which would basically prevent any future challenges to presidential elections and kind of clear up some of the confusion that we saw in 2020 and 2021 about whether the vice president can actually block the the next president from coming in. What does it take for Congress to be able to say that some states' slate of electors is not valid? So it substantially raises the threshold for any objections to the vote in the states. And it clarifies that the vice president's role is ministerial only. He does not have a decision-making process in a federal election. And I think just about everybody who wants us to have solid and safe elections would be happy about that.
So there's lots of other stuff in the bill, too, right? I mean, that was interesting, and that did seem to be a direct response to January 6th. But there's also enormous defense spending, for example. What else stands out to you as especially notable in the bill? I
mean, defense always wins when it comes down to the wire because everybody just packs everything in. So the defense budget is going to be $858 billion in fiscal year 2023. I mean, at some point, it's going to hit $1 trillion. That's pretty remarkable.
Is Ukraine aid in that part of the spending?
No, I think it's separate. It's separate. But there probably is some commingling in terms of weapons that we're providing to Ukraine. And, one of the things that's happening here in the United States is we are cranking up fairly long-term production of things like missiles and artillery shells and sort of the the Wheaties of a military budget. And we had substantial stockpiles of that stuff, but those are running down because Ukraine is just burning through so much ammunition, including their own ammunition. So that's one of the reasons we're going to see sustained defense budgets for some time, which is to replace that stuff that we're giving to Ukraine.
Really interesting stuff.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rick. Appreciate it.